Hey folks, welcome back to the channel, and I'm going to say it again, and that is that Vosteed has impressed me yet again on another one of their new offerings for these very affordable EDC pocket knives. This one is their Talarurus model, and this particular copy that I got is in the green micarta with the black stonewash. But folks, I've got three of the other Vosteed knives here that I've reviewed that I still use all the time. This is the Labrador, this is the Thunderbird, this is the Labrador Mini. They are all fantastic knives, and every time Vosteed sends me a knife, guys, I gotta tell you, I'm really impressed. The fit and finish and quality is on par with Benchmade, and honestly, I don't know if Benchmade's kind of going down in quality, but I haven't been really happy with Benchmade's in the past few years, and for the price that you pay for any of these Vosteed knives, I think it outperforms like Benchmade's and Zero Tolerances, but I think pound for pound, the money that you spend on Vosteed knives far outshines what you're gonna spend to get a Benchmade or a Zero Tolerance or something of that nature. But let's squeeze in just a tad closer because I wanna show you folks up close what this Talarurus is all about, because it is a sweet little knife. All right, gang, so here she is in the green micarta with the black stonewash. They have multiple different options that you can get on this knife, much like the Thunderbird that I got. They have about 10 different variations of scales and blade finishes that you can get. So Vosteed offers quite a few different configurations that you can get on these knives, and I just like the green and the black, kind of different from what I typically use. You can see here the pocket clip. I would consider that almost deep carry. You got about a 1/2 of an inch lip, but that's just enough to grab it when it's in your pocket to pull it out. So it's not going to stick out a whole lot. Now this knife comes in at a whopping 3.4 ounces. So it is very, very light. It's not going to bog down your pocket at all. It is a modified sheep's foot blade, guys. So it is perfect for slicing and just everyday cutting that you're going to need to use. Opening packages, Amazon packages here at the house, especially for me, but that modified sheep's foot blade is just perfect. The blade length on this guy is 3 inches. Overall length, tip to butt, is around 7 inches. So it is a pretty small knife to put in your hand. It doesn't take up a whole lot of room. And you can see here, it's got this, I'm gonna call it an access lock just because I'm used to Benchmade. I don't believe that's what Vosteed calls it, but that is your locking and opening mechanism on this knife. So you pull back on it and it's gonna release the blade and kind of fling open. You do have a aluminum anodized orange thumb stud up here that you can open it up in that fashion as well, which makes it just easy to open up. And actually on this particular knife, using this thumb stud is really, really easy. And then just to close the knife, pull back on that lock, and it just falls into place. And like all of my other Vosteed knives, the centering on that blade is dead on perfect. No issues whatsoever left or right. I can fling it open, I can close it back hard, and it's still going to land perfectly centered in between those handle scales. You got a flat ground profile. You've got sealed ceramic ball bearings. It's got a hardness, an HRC hardness rating of around 60. So the blade material on this is 14C28N. So it's not your top of the line blade material, but that's okay. This material is easy to sharpen and it holds an edge fairly well. So I don't have any issues with any of my 14C28N knives. Yeah, you got to touch them up, but sometimes you can just run them down a leather strop and they're going to be back to being razor sharp. And I will say Vosteed sends these knives to you absolutely crazy sharp. And I'm going to show it to you on a few cutting tests here in just a second, but you do not have to touch these up if you buy them from Vosteed. They will cut the hair off your arm very easily. I don't know if that shows up, but now I have a bald spot on my arm. And I have not touched this up, so it comes razor sharp. And it comes in at 72 bucks. So I think with a knife like this, guys, it's not your $25 super cheap budget knife, okay? 72 bucks is a little bit of cash, but I think that this knife warrants that $70 price tag, especially when you compare it to things like Benchmade's and Zero Tolerances. There's just a lot of knives out there that are more expensive that, in my opinion, are not this good of a quality of a knife. But let's just dive into some cutting scenarios because I want to show you folks just how sharp this knife is and how well of an edge Vosteed sends these knives out of the factory to you when you buy them. Absolutely nothing for this knife. I get a good handle on it. Butter. Of course, we got to do the 550 paracord test. Obviously, no problem. Let's double that up. Of course. I mean, this isn't even fair for this little 550 cord, but obviously no issues whatsoever cutting your 550 cord. Got some cardboard. Nothing. Now let's go back to this. Absolutely crazy sharp. See if I can get some hair. Yep. Still hair popping sharp, literally. So needless to say, gang, these knives come dead sharp from the factory, so don't have to worry about getting these home and putting a good edge on them because they come from the factory ready to go. So I don't know what else to really say about these knives other than the fact that they are great quality knives for a great price. And when you get them, you get a little zipper case that you can stick the knife in. They come with a little microfiber cloth to kind of clean off the blade. But this black oxide or this black stonewash blade, it's not a coating on it, so it's going to wear down. But I honestly don't like some of the knives that have the thicker black coating on it because it does kind of bind up when you're cutting, say, you know, a tomato or whatever. I don't like that real rough black coating. This is just a black stonewash coating that probably will wear down over time, but I think that gives it a little bit of unique look to it. But overall, I think this is the perfect size for your pocket. Again, I don't know. I mean, that's my hand right there. So it's kind of the perfect size to stick in your pocket. And with this pocket clip, it is reversible. So you can put it on the left or the right of this knife. You got screw holes here that you can reverse this pocket clip, stick on that side if you want, depending on if you're right or left-handed. Guys, I just like Vosteed knives. I think they're really good quality knives. And I've actually been carrying this mini Labrador with me for the last month and a half or so, I guess, just because it is a very, very small knife and I really don't even notice that it's in my pocket. And this is just a hair bigger than that. So pretty much I've just been happy with everything that Vosteed has sent to the channel for me to take a look at. And I wouldn't tell you guys I didn't like it if I didn't like it. I like all of my Vosteed knives. And in fact, the Labrador I sent out as a free giveaway, I think last year, and I got a note from the gentleman that won it. He said he still carries this Labrador that I sent him last year, just because they're good knives. And this Talarurus knife is just a sweet knife. I love the blade profile. I love the size. It feels good. It's centered. Quality components, easy to sharpen. Comes razor sharp. And that's it, guys. Just take a look at the website. I don't get any kickback from these knives if you buy them. I'm not on here to make money off of the sale of these if you go pick them up from Vosteed. I just like showing you folks some good quality stuff that is not going to actually break the bank. And these Vosteed knives, I think all of them, no matter which one you get, is a good choice. But this little Talarurus, this new Talarurus is sweet. And they've got quite a few different color variations and blade finishes on their website that you can pick from. So I'll leave the main website link down below. And again, that's just taking you directly to Vosteed. I'm not tied into that whatsoever. So guys, go check them out. But I think you'll be really, really happy with this knife. So till next time, hopefully Vosteed will come out with another new knife here soon and they'll send it to me that I'll get to show you. But I'm sure I'm not going to be disappointed. But thanks for watching and we will see you soon.